Yes, that's right. A very unexpected Friday stream. You just never know with me, right? Absolutely. Well, looky. Dave, Wyoming Dave is first today. Nice to see you. Yeah, you are first. And that is a good thing. Um, like I said, I was hemming and hawing about doing this stream, but I'm thinking maybe we'll do a nice short one. If it works out well, that's great. Um, I know that Joe's doing his thing, but I think he said he wasn't going to stay on very long. So that's the reason why I decided to wait till 6 to do mine. So I hope everybody's doing good out there. We have had storms after storms after storms. It's finally it wasn't raining when you left, did it? John?
Yeah.
Was it raining when you left?
No.
Okay. So the rain has seemed to have hopefully subsided for today. Now, I heard tomorrow we're supposed to get some more, and it's going to be a colder weekend too. Oh, well, look at you. Hi, Friday Peckerwood. The password is Peckerwood. I really do. I thank you for it. It shouldn't be so funny, but it is for me. This has been the last few weeks have just been, ugh, I don't know, but I needed to see that. Oh God, I love you people. I just do. Brandon, how you doing? Yes, Saturday and Friday here, Saturday over there in Aussie land. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Well, I would so love to visit Australia. Honestly, it just always seemed like its own little world. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, okay, if you believe in the whole plate tectonic thing and how Australia might have actually have split off of where India and came off that way. I don't know. The point of the matter is Australia is a very unique country with a lot of very unique things. And believe you me, I would certainly love to go to some Aussie record stores. Oh, you bet. Marty, how are you doing, sir? I hope everybody's doing fine. Almost 20 people just like that. And I love you guys for it, honestly. We'll explain, of course, the title. I kind of cobbled it all together. Corky and Trance with the Sounds of the South. Yes. That's a little bit different this time. It's 10:04 in the morning here. I've got an inspection today and had to get rid of the grass smell. Ah, yes. Well, yes. And we'd welcome you with hope. See, and that'd be cool. Except, like I said, not to hurt people's feelings, I'm going to pass on the Vegemite. That's all I'm saying. I'll try all the other Aussie food, but I've already tried Vegemite. Groovy Lisa. See, I would love to visit the UK also. I would love, like, my idea, like, if I ever won the friggin' lottery, okay, which that's never going to happen, but if I did, okay, after taking care of my bills and all the other stuff, and I would love to go to England, Ireland, and Scotland, probably 1 to 2 months. I would love to just, divvy it up. And I wouldn't go do the touristy stuff, I don't think, with the exception of Liverpool. I would have to go to where the Beatles live. Other than that, I want to go to maybe a bed and breakfast, stay there, or I wouldn't mind spending a night in a castle. You know what I'm saying? Strange stuff like that. Watch the mists of Avalon as they come. Anyways. But yeah, that's what I'd love to do. I'd love to go to Israel. That was another one I always wanted to do. I wanted to be there. Whether you're a Christian or not, the Bible goes off and mentions all of these places. And for a lot of the people that took that Israel tour claims that getting to see the places and feel the places that the locations were in the book, it sort of changed their lives in a good way. Japan would be, I'd love to go torture Brian. for maybe a week or two out in Japan via Hawaii. Or maybe I could just simply go to Japan after I go visit Aussie, New Zealand. So yeah, I'll be halfway across the world. That'd be something. I'm almost 60. Paul P's jet setter. Yes. Yeah, right. That's never going to happen. You got to have a pea and pies from Harry's. Look it up. Pea and pies, huh? Good day, Wyoming Dave. It's tomorrow. It's Britain Stan now. Yeah, Britain Stan. Oh boy. Yeah, I'd love to go to Japan. I've been lucky enough to visit quite a few different countries. You didn't have to do this, Brandon, but thank you. Have a great weekend indeed. Well, we're sitting here. We've got the coffee going this time here in a Elvis mug from 2009. I never did go to Graceland. I have no desire to go to Graceland. Oh God, yes. Terry, I got to agree with you on that. I saw a snippet of that store. I think it was in the Tower Records documentary. And I am like, holy shit, I would love to see that 8-story Tower Records. I'd have to walk in there with what? Oh my God. How much money do you think? I mean, I don't know the yen dollar conversion per se for Japan, but Brian would. But, and I've alerted all the VC Justice League, by the way, too. But maybe 10, 20 grand I'd have to walk in there with. Could you imagine? I just would be sitting there. I probably would go and get one of those, we're talking pipe dream shit, right? That stereo that supposedly is a laser needle, it doesn't hurt the records, but it goes and it's supposed to sound really, really good. It's a very expensive turntable, but Japan supposedly makes it. I'd love one of those. And I want every, well, maybe not every Beatles, but every Monkees Japanese import, some Badfinger, probably mix it up a little bit, and whatever Japan only releases. I'd be very specific in that stuff. Yes, good old vinyl gorilla records. Haha, Britain Stan. Yeah, it is. The world is a very sad place too. It's just getting crazier all the time. But my number one is always Italy. See, now you got me there. I don't know why Italy. I mean, I'm not trying to offend anybody in those nations, but Italy and France never really quite interested me enough. Germany, maybe I wouldn't mind just to go see some of my descendants and to go see Hamburg, whatever there's left of the red light district. I know the Star Club's not there anymore, but isn't there like one or two things that are on the Reeperbahn that the Beatles were at one point? Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Yeah. $10 is 1,400 yen. Thank you. So, yeah, I probably would need to go with a shit ton of money, right? Probably. I'm a foodie. Well, yeah, me too. That's why I'm fat. Although when I went to go to my GP this week, supposedly I lost a couple pounds. Ooh. Better than nothing, no. Did you see that? The lights flickered for a second. Yeah, it's like I said, it's been storming here today. So let's hope that, Lord willing, that we keep everything going. Did I just hear thunder? Oh, boy. Vinyl Gorilla, do you remember when you had to pay a license for the telly? And I got Italian ancestry. See, that's cool. That's cool. I've got German and Polish and English ancestry all over the place. A lot of times Japan releases give you bonus tracks. That's very, very true, especially on CDs. But, I think pretty much I'd want vinyl centric. Could you imagine the shipping on that, though? Shit, that'd be a bitch. I don't know how. I mean, I know you can only carry so much on the carry-on. Could you imagine that's the whole carry-on bag is all vinyl? Oh, my God. Yeah. Before we get into anything else per se, no new subscribers this week, but that's okay. But tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about Psycho Splatters. We try to educate and entertain here. Also, this video is dedicated to Val Kilmer and Johnny Tillotson. Yes, both of who passed away in the last week. I did not mind Val Kilmer. I'll tell you right now. Tombstone, Top Gun, and other movies, of course. And then he was in The Doors, which, yeah. I know they released a. Didn't they release a soundtrack release to that Doors movie? Did he end up singing? I mean, I know he sang in the movie or whatever, but did any of that ever get on a vinyl or CD or something? I'm curious about that. Hey, Paul, I'm awaiting a package from the U.S. Are there any issues with the Postal Service at the moment, or it should go smooth sailing? Well, as far as I know, the Postal Service here is okay. Now, if you would have asked me that a few months ago, I maybe would have had a different answer. Smooth. I went, speaking of, Brandon, I went and I got myself something from Amazon real cheap. Like, the shipping was a little more than what I paid for the book. But the thing is that it's a paperback, about 550-page paperback, and this is going to end up. I mean, I know it's a little outdated. It's from '98, but the point of the matter is that should help me very much in a side project that I want to do for the channel here. Nothing too crazy. It's not going to be like Shoebox from Hell or anything. It's just like a little thread series in a way that I want to start, which I think would be quite interesting. At least I think so anyway. And I'd like to say probably I don't think that this thread has been done often or by too many people. And I'm not going to divulge what that is yet until, well, the first episode, which should be maybe coming in the next couple weeks. But, I only ended up having to pay, like I said, $3 for this book. So I am going to relish this thing. And hopefully, oh boy, it got dark. It did get dark all of a sudden. Yes, it did. And Toby Tobeans. There's Toby. Yes, see, there's Toby. She's just sitting there wondering what the heck the deal is. See? And as you can see, my messiness, but that's my setup and some more records. Can never have enough records. Yeah, right. That's my sickness, but I'm proud of my sickness. I'd rather be doing that. Come on. I'd rather be doing that than other stuff. That's for sure. Yeah, more storms coming through. It has been a day. I know. Who was it? Somebody was. James Farley was asking me earlier. Did we get affected by the storms? Well, we just got a lot of the rumblies and a lot of downpour rain. But there's a city called Lake City, Arkansas, that got nailed by a tornado. Now I don't know where Lake City is. Obviously, a city by the lake. Oh boy, yeah. See, not too much to figure that out, is it? Now we got some snow here this morning, but it melted already. See, you couldn't even make a snowman. Could not even make a snowman if your life depended on it. Indeed, but that's quite okay. We're almost done with the whole nonsense. I think we're done. I'm just going to say, considering that, yes, it's early April. I mean, sure, we are going to get some colder weather this weekend, but it's supposed to be like the 40s. And I don't think there's any S word for this weekend. I don't want to jinx myself, but But yeah. So you know what? Um, I want to just show some silliness. Would that be all right with you guys? And I managed to trip on some very weird wrestling videos. Okay, and they're a couple minutes long. The two that I'm going to show you, and what? Oop! No, come on. No. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm not even entirely sure where this came from. All right. But this is kind of some goofy stuff. The rain is starting to come down. If for whatever reason we get cut off here, you will understand why. But just watch this weird thing for a minute. Now, doesn't this guy, not the one in the mask, but doesn't this guy here look like uh, that he could be related to Johnny Depp? Just the way he's dressed.
This is my newest monster discovery, Halloween Jason.
This is supposed to be the sinister minister.
To have a visit with the sinister minister of fear. 2 new discoveries. Hello, monster number 2. And one of these and one of those. That's right, that's enough. And from Camp Crystal Lake, Jason.
Ew. No, I don't want snow next week.
And next to me is my new disciple, Jerry Larvin Jr.
There you go.
That's right. Look at the mask. Look at his shirt. Tell him, kid. The minister's number 1. That's right. The minister's number 1. What do you think of Loose and all those disgusting creeps he hangs around with?
Crush them all. Destroy them. They're no good.
That's right, kid. Now, kid, I know last week I hung you.
Could you imagine
I'm
turning
trying to
this
see
on
you
and
back.
here you are?
I follow you, go, minister.
You saw last week the power that I possess when I tried to hang this kid. How you going to try and break that, Jim?
Well, I tell you, man, if you would just keep your mouth shut just for a minute or two and let me do what I have been taught back home in Kingston, Jamaica, because I've seen this case several times, man. And you know if you be quiet just for a minute, I would snap him out of it.
Well, that's enough from Calypso, Jim.
Well, Sinister, I tell you, I must admit that this has confused me, boggled my mind. Because I tell you something, you are definitely a menace.
Now,
What's going on here? I'll tell you what.
You betcha. Oh boy. You think that was something? Hang on a minute. As he's like, oh no, now what has he got? Actually, I do know a little bit of this. Bob Lucci, if I remember correctly, that would be Chicago, WSNS channel 44 for that one. Dang it. I could care less about this. Damn it. I don't like. All right. So this one here was a blooper reel. But it's called the Voodoo Cane. Oh boy. You're in for a treat. I can't even say it with a straight face. Totally about almost 2 minutes. Watch this.
Feel the presence of another being in the studio. I feel right now, Pepper. I feel that we're not alone, Pepper. I'm serious. I am very concerned. You have brought something into pro wrestling that is going to cause a lot of disturbance. This cane is affecting my show. I don't even know whether I'm going to allow you to bring this cane on my show anymore. That, a voodoo cane, has no place in wrestling.
Now look, hey, you went too far. If that cane don't come on the show, I don't come on the show, Lou. Just because I never hit anybody with it, you dream up all kinds of stories that there's something wrong with it, that it's possessed. Well, it's not. The only reason I haven't whacked anybody with this thing,
He said whacked.
one simple reason. I am a gentleman.
Pepper Gomez.
A true gentleman.
Yes, it's Gary Ross.
I don't
And how did you know?
Swatting people with my cane. And it's not possessed. I don't care what you
It possessed.
What's happening to your mind when I bring this cane? Hey, baby, I'll never... Look, hey, daddy, you better knock it off over there.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Hey.
now
look, hey,
I'll bet
you
that
want
cane.
this? Hey,
I'll bet
back
that
up,
cane can
daddy.
stand by itself.
Back up, daddy.
Hey, I don't point that cane
Hey,
at
now
me.
look.
I bet that cane can stand by itself. Hey, I want to say one thing, Manson. I tell you,
More than
boy.
I can say for you. You
know,
can barely stand as we... There he is, flat on his back. You shot your mouth off, Luce. You shouldn't have done it.
Get off of this show, Manson.
I'm telling you. Some of the strangest things. Oh, man. Anyways. Hi, Bill. Hi, everybody out there. To my 19 people. Anyways. Yeah. Total pros. Yeah. Gotta be late 70s, early 80s. Like I said, I barely remember watching that show with the Bob Lucci wrestling. I'll tell you who terrified me. Well, sometimes when I was younger, Ox Baker. He looked like he could tear a phone book and then tear you apart. But I heard he was a really nice guy. And he was a good cook, I'm told. He actually had wrestling cookbooks, Cooking with Ox Baker. I actually wouldn't mind finding one of those cookbooks. They say sometimes when you find them, they come signed. That would be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, nowadays it's very scripted. I don't know. I would love to be, if I was younger, I would have loved to have been in wrestling, not to be a wrestler. I would have loved being a manager or an announcer or something like that. Hell, maybe even a ref. But you kind of have to, to be a ref, you might as well also be conditioned like the wrestlers because you're running around there, Those refs don't get enough credit. I mean, not only that, you got to pass on the information to the other wrestler. It's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, he wants you to do a drop kick on him next. Yes, you're fine. That's right. Ox Baker. Yes, Wyoming Dave is in the house. And if Wyoming cares to, he can pop on up. Whoever the hell wants to come, Lisa, anybody else here, I don't care today at this point. This is all informal anyway. It's not like we don't take ourselves seriously. That's right. Bill K's into the house, too. He's in the house. Everybody's in the house. It's Swerve's house. No. See, if you follow AEW, you know where I'm going. It's Swerve's house. He got a beat down. Swerve did by Moxley and everybody else. Curing meat with Abdullah the Butcher. Oh, my. And, speaking of Abdullah the Butcher, though, he supposedly thanked DDP recently. If Diamond Dallas Page has got himself something with that DDP yoga, okay? I want to meet DDP. Donna Joe Cat Lady wants to meet DDP. There's a bunch. Bam! No, but I have his book because Donna gifted it to me, and it's signed by Diamond Dallas. And I don't know, I just would love to meet him, shake his hand, and just simply say thank you for doing what you do. The Yukon Moose Cholak. was one of the top guys for Bob Luce. You know, Yukon Moose sounds like something dirty. like she gave him a Yukon Moose. Talk to text sucks, yes. But needless to say, like I said, I know I wasn't going to get too many people on here today because isn't somebody else doing something on Fridays too? I think. Is it Patrick with a vinyl auction? I can't. Or no, wait a minute. It's Free for All Fridays. I think that's what it is. And yeah, he wants to. Chris, he wants to be able to do that by the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which of course will be just in a couple weeks. Now, I used to not like Lex Luger, okay, and especially when I thought he basically assisted in the death of Miss Elizabeth, but that might not entirely be the case. So, you know, he admitted his previous mistakes. He always had, I mean, obviously, Macho Man had a bigger love for Elizabeth, but Luger went off and he always felt bad about that, but she seemed to go off the rails. And Macho Man, of course, blamed Luger for Miss Elizabeth's death. How much of that is true? I don't know. Yeah, gross. Yeah, they use the same for. See, and that's the thing, because he did do that, and I can't remember who it was that called him out on it. But yeah, that's the reason why he can't. Yeah. That's right. Macho had a rap album. Yeah. I had a rap album to be a man. I don't know who told me I could have a rap album in the 90s, but I did. Yeah. Didn't chart or anything, but yeah. Sounds interesting. Oh, okay. Well, Mountain Time. All right, so it'd be what, 9:30 my time? Yeah. I've lost your audio. Well, I've lost my sanity. How about that? Doug, you gotta be able to get it all together. You gotta get the audio and the video. I feel bad for my buddy. He's having problems. He really wants to be on this show, and I want him to be on this show. They won't let Sting appear with them. See, and AEW, come on. It's just for a night. Quit being douches. He might as well have been. I've seen Debbie Does Dallas. That's humorous, really, to me. He has a restaurant there. Was a video out where someone confronted him about it. I knew New Jack hated him for that. Are you talking about Abdullah with the restaurant? Because I think, didn't he have a restaurant for a little while? Yeah, New Jack was nuts. He definitely was a thug. That is for sure. Of course, unfortunately, I know that I would love to show you guys the Vic Grimes New Jack match, but the whole ECW tape library is owned by WWE, and I ain't in the mood to get myself dinged for it. But go on YouTube and watch it. Vic Grimes versus New Jack. And of course, let's not forget Mass Transit, if you remember that incident too. And if you don't, go look that up too, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't know if anyone else can hear you, but I have your video, but no audio. Well, Dave says he can hear me. Vinyl Gorilla Fred says he can hear me. His church's chicken video is legend. He shows how to eat it ghetto style. Oh, boy. Grotto, press pause, then press play again and see if it comes back on. Fred tries to be helpful. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I couldn't remember. Up in Canada, right? Abdullah had a restaurant? No, I don't think I could show that either. I would love to show the mass transit incident. For you people that know what that is, beautiful. But for you people that don't, mass transit was the name of a wrestler who never wrestled before. He lied. He lied and got into the match. He was supposed to tag team with New Jack, and it ended up in disastrous results that involved a lawsuit at the end of everything. We had a Church's Chicken, but, I want to say I tried it once, and it sucked. It did. It was horrible. And then they shut down, I want to say, a few weeks later and closed up. I'll tell you who I miss, actually. We had Bojangles Chicken. Why the hell that chain disappeared is beyond me. That was some tasty-ass chicken. That kid was spouting like old fish. Yeah, you're right. Lisa, you showed it on your stream, remember? Do you remember the match in WCW? Yes, I do, actually. I saw that. I was like, what the hell? I mean, obviously, I know he wasn't really getting electrocuted, but the things that the creative came up with, jeez. Talk to text. We got to help Doug. Yes, that is true here. Get pinged. Ralph Cramden persona. Yeah, that's true, too. Not. I'm signing off. No audio. I'm sorry. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, why don't you turn your computer off and then turn it back on? Reboot it and see what happens. Maybe I'll be there. I'll be there. Yep, see, reboot, Grotto. Go out, then come back in, Grotto. That should fix it. Also, if Michael Nolan is about G'day, mate. Kevin Sullivan was in that match. Yes. I met him once. Okay. Very few people in my life gave off bad vibes when celebrities when I met them. Kevin was one of them. I cannot put my finger on it. I saw him in 2010. Okay. And I got bad mojo off of that guy. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I know why, maybe not. I don't know, but he's gone too. So it doesn't matter. I don't know too much about wrestling, but I know enough. Grotto, press your mute button. That kid drove around with his brother who was bigger than him. The car was tilted. Yes. Oh, my Lord. The Moxley spike back to the back. Now, the thing is, Terry. Now, I've been told that the nails are plastic, or partially plastic, part metal. They're like, it's a hybrid or something. But even plastic, if you sharpen the plastic, I mean, you're gonna break skin. I mean, back skin is probably one of the easiest you could probably make bleed. But still, that ended up. I saw that live. I'm like, what the hell? They were local fatsos around town. It almost sounds like a bad gang. Hey, look, it's the local fatsos. We're gonna beat you up after we have a couple Coney dogs. Grant, how you doing? You had some really interesting videos this last Residents, of course, which I got to admit, I know of the Residents, but never really heard. But he always has a good channel. Go check him out. The local fatso. That'd be me if that was the case back then. Psycho doing God's work. Well, if it's not God's work, it's the devil's work. No, I'm teasing. Christopher says, hello, Christopher. He used mass transit. It was a nod to Ralph Cramden's persona, and mass because he was from Massachusetts and at the time massive. Or as maybe we would call the local fatso in this case. I don't know. Just back from a concert, prog band Agusa. I don't know. I'm always lousy at pronouncing stuff, but that sounds like you had fun. Mass transit, of course, equals bus driver. Cha-ching. Let's see. That reminds me of something. Oh boy. This is going to be really cheesy. Because you brought up Cramden. All right, this is way old. I can't believe I'm going to be shown. This is okay. Son of Zunguli from 1980. I remember watching this brand new when I was like this episode. I watched most of these when they were live, but you know, I think even Joe May would appreciate this. The Svenny Mooners. That's right.
The Svenny Mooners, with the stars Jackie Gruesome, Audrey Meadows, Art Carnage, and Joyce Ranoff. Norton! Ed Norton! It's me, Sven Cramden! Come on up!
I was just watching some of this movie on TV, pal. Young Gary, Monster from the Deep. It's about some monster who comes up from underground and uses curry as a midnight snack. Imagine that, a monster coming from underground. Hardy har har. Who in the right mind is going to make some terrible monster from under the earth is going to come up.
What did you say that, Svenny boy?
I said, Mom! Hey, what's the matter? It's me, Norton. What do you got to wear that thing for? I'm working in a store. What am I supposed to wear? Short-ass jeans? Anyway, you thought I was some monster from underground. I did not. I just jumped to a conclusion. In your condition, Svenny boy, it ain't a jump. It's more like a waddle. Last time I saw you jump, it was when you heard the word dinner is served. I mean, you're so fat that you're the only guy I know who's got a fork with a racing stripe on it.
Wow.
I'd have to build the Chicago Health Club up from the ground up around you from scratch. Will you shut up? All right. What a ground. That's the way you're going to be. I'm going to go back down to the sewer. Why? Because I hurt your feelings by getting mad and blowing my stack? No. Because if you're going to try to kill me, I know if I go down the sewer, you couldn't possibly fit down the manhole and follow me. It'll be like trying to run a Grand Prix race in Grant Park. In the Grant Park Underground Garage. It'll be like having James Byrne visit the White House with, "Get out!" If I ever get my hand on you, what are you doing down there?
Join the Cramdens and the Nortons next time when Sven is so fat, he tries to follow Norton into the deep tunnel project and still gets stuck and...
That's what it was like back then. Yeah, that's great. He's still around, Dave. Wyoming Dave's still around. Wyoming Dave's everywhere. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. Just haven't been watching as many live shows. Uh-oh, are you sick? Anyways, let's see. Hang on a minute. I know I showed this little clip a long time ago, but it's one of my favorites anyway. And you can see one of my favorite bands shows up for 2 seconds. Now, if you guys have had a drag strip, you guys, in your local area, this kind of makes fun of it. In Chicagoland, it would have been Union City drag strip. Sunday. At least that's what they used to do all the time with the funny cars and such. Check this little bit out.
Sunday, beautiful hot whole speed Speedway. See the big names in drag racing and revoke driver's licenses, burn up the track and their auto insurance policies, and a double clutching display of Daredevil Drive Shaft Danger. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! See the All-Stars of Antifreeze, Blaster, and combat front-wheel drive funny cars, no wild and woolly way, but wheel-warping, white wall whacking waste of crazy waste destruction. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! See Road Rally Ron Reagan and his wheel-standing Washington Winnebago! Sunday! See oil-burning Earl Scheib and his steam-powered no-upflow extra Zetzel! Sunday! See Rosemary Clooney get into a bend with the help of a shoehorn!
It gets me every time.
Sunday, a beautiful pothole speedway, the flat tire capital of the Midwest. See battling Brooke Shields, driver Calvin Klein covered kitty car with the rubber baby buggy bumper. Rubber baby buggy. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! That's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! At beautiful pothole speedway, see Ralph Cramden drive his Gopher broke Gotham bus through the exact change only tollway booth in 2.5 seconds. It all happens Sunday at Smoking and Non-Smoking Pothole Speedway. Time trials begin at 3 p.m. or 20,000 miles, whichever comes first. Sunday, Sunday at 55 miles per hour maximum Pothole Speedway. Just take the Interstate Turnpike directly into Lake Michigan. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's 3 Sundays easy on the whipped cream, cherry on top, hold the walnuts. Sunday, 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 Sunday.
We had that Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. John Force was the main draw. Howdy, Fox. Hey, how you doing? I made honor society in college. Congrats. Seriously, I mean that. Congrats to you. Penny Lane, in my ears, in my eyes. I am such a lousy friend. I need to work on being able to have a short yap session with you soon. I keep trying here. Which day of the week were the races? Nobody likes to show off super. Oh, stop. Yes. The Denver boot. Oh my God. Sunday Oswego Drag Raceway. I'm gonna get some more coffee, and I'll be back in a minute. But anyways, congrats on the Honor Society. Don't go, please don't go. Right? Okay. Ow. Ouch. Oh, thank you. You're all still here. As I say that and everybody disappears. All right, let's see. How did Taco take it? Taco take it. John. Grilla. We had a Sunday here in Jersey from Raceway Park. See, I think all the areas definitely the bigger ones. There's one in Oklahoma, near Jay, Oklahoma, I guess. Never been to a drag. I've never been to a drag strip. Oh no, wait a minute, that's not true. No, I'm sorry, that's not true. Rockford Speedway, unfortunately, in Rockford, Illinois, is no more. Last year was their last season, and they already have torn it apart, which is sad. That actually was, Richard Petty stopped there for a goodbye tour, and lots of concerts happened in that Rockford Speedway in the 70s, early 80s. Oh my God. The one that I would have loved to have gone to, seriously, at the Rockford Speedway, the Black and Blue Tour showed up there. Yeah, the Black and Blue Tour. We're talking Black Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult, okay, those lineups from 80. So you're going to get your Dio lineup, Heaven and Hell, and then oh my God, they was it Cultosaurus Erectus for 1980 for Blue Oyster Cult? and Molly Hatchet, which is not Danny Joe Brown, but Jimmy Farrar, but the rest of the band. Could have sworn there was another act on that bill too, but I would have loved to have gone and seen that. There was another year they had Ted Nugent and Hart. I want to say Ted Nugent, Hart, Scorpions, Judas Priest. I'm getting a little screwy here on this. AC/DC played there one year too. I think that's it. It was AC/DC, Scorps, Judas Priest, I think. The Wizard, yes. At least did the 45s arrive yet? Cheap Trick had a song on their second album In Color called You're All Talk, in which the line is repeated, please don't go away from me. Yes, yes, yes. You know what? Let me play you. I know I'll have to do a little cleanup. Let me play you one of my favorites. To me, Dream Police was like, that whole album was something else. But no, it's not Dream Police, this song. It's actually this. That whole album is damn good. What am I talking about? Most of their output's pretty damn good. Even the one, I mean, now if you guys have never seen me talk about The Doctor, I did a Jukebox from Hell episode on The Doctor, but you're going to have to go way back in the episodes to find it. But it seemed to polarize people when I did that particular episode. I even had one guy get all mad, and I'm just like, it's just my opinion. You know, opinions and assholes. Everyone's got one. You know, you just can't get around it. Now, the huge oversized stick thing, I would have laughed about that one. I got to see Cheap Trick with Bunny twice, and then I saw him. The last time I saw him was 2012, opening for Aerosmith for a free concert here. Yeah. If you live in the Rockford area, he still shows up at Mary's, which is a bar downtown for the Bunny Carlos Monday Night Band, and sometimes he'll get John Brandt, the bass player for the 80s and Trick. He'll show up. He lives in the area still, and sometimes those two will jam. And then I think one time it was Kofi Baker, Ginger Baker's kid, played with him. So you never know who the hell. See, and I think I might have caught part of that, but you betcha. I'm trying to remember if 81, would that have been Pete Comita or John Brandt by that point? Because Pete was like the in-betweener. He shows up on SNL and for the appearance there, and they were doing parts of the All Shook Up album. So I don't know. I forgot if you mentioned it last week, but yeah, Jesse Colin Young, another one that's gone. Yeah, I told Robin Zander straight to him. I said, truthfully, I said, Dream Police is my favorite record. And then I said, I love the cover. And he told me too, he says, this is probably one of my favorite album covers was that Dream Police thing. Rabble dabble, snazzle, snazzle. Yes, Jim Quinn. Wait a minute, Jim Quinn. Hold on a minute. Jim Quinn as in, oh my God. Electric Prunes? Jim Quinn? Did he go? Yeah. Yeah, Pete Comita. Most people don't even know who the hell that is. And here's the thing, though. I brought up before he joined Trick, he was in a band called D Thumbs, which he was in there. D Thumbs. Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird name for a band. I don't get it. But yeah, shut up over it. No.
Oh, you said D Thumbs. I was like, Dick Thumbs.
Dick Thumbs. That's, of course, my kid would come up with that. But yeah, Pete Comita and Tommy Aldridge and a bunch of other stellar musicians. Yeah, huge oversized sticks is easy to miss here. Ever eat at Stockholm Inn in Rockford? Rick Nielsen's one of the owners. No, I know of the Stockholm Inn, but I've never ate there. I've had 2 Rick Nielsen interactions. Very cool dude. I've got I might have shown him at one point or another, but I've got about a handful. He always throws out all those pics, right? But he gave me some personally, and I was just, I'll be a lifelong fan. I heard Trick is supposed to have an album out this year, and hopefully that's the case because they still put out great music. Saw Trio Ship open with REO with open. Okay, excuse me. Yes, the power of REO Speedwagon. Or in that Facebook meme, Oreo Speedwagon, which I was a fat ass today. I ate a lot of food and I shouldn't have. We had free Papa John's pizza. We did. I was a fat ass today, kids. I can't help it. Okay, maybe I could help it, but it's real hard when you got free pizza. And it was good pizza for once, too, because normally I'm not into Papa John's. So, anyways, 1978. Then Cheap Trick 2000 free show, then got a live free. That's cool. Live CD free. They passed on to the folks. That's pretty damn cool. REO Speedwagon. I'm leaving your comment up for a minute, John. Okay. So do you guys remember like a couple weeks or a couple months back that I went off and I said, being that REO Speedwagon was going to die January 1st, 2025. All right. And of course, there was a lot of details that were not there, originally. And so the whole thing is that I suggested, along with a bunch of other REO fans, that maybe, just maybe, they could get Terry Luttrell, the original lead singer, and of course, he would end up in Starcastle. Michael Murphy, not to be confused with Michael Martin Murphy and his Wildfire. And let's see, and Alan Gratzer and Neil Doherty and Bruce Hall and some other, and Gary Richrath's son and Steve Scorfina, who was a very early member. Well, that's happening. You got one concert. Now I'm sitting here and I'm going, that's great. I hope they tape it. But is it wrong that I would love to hear an EP of new material from these guys? I don't know if they're going to call it REO Speedwagon. I don't, because Kevin, I don't know. I've heard the Bruce's story, Kevin's story. Kevin, to me, no offense, sounds like a whiny baby. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Like maybe he's got LSD, lead singer disease, and probably has it. I mean, when I met Kevin the one time, he was nice. Okay. I got to shoot the shit with him for about 5 minutes. Even his kid was in the car, and you know what? I mean, he seemed very relaxed. Oh, okay. Jim Quinn, who was a DJ and conservative news host. No, I didn't know that. And Michael Hurley. I don't know who that is either. Psychoplatters, are you online friends with that Emma 8 Vinyl Low? I'm subscribed to 8 Vinyl Low, but I don't know if I'm online. I'm not online friends. In the Chicago Fest concert after Gonna Raise Hell, Rick and Robin leave the stage for a few minutes, so it's Bunny and Pete Comita. Okay, thank you. It's great. And then Rick comes out with 3 guitars. Oh, my God. His guitar collection, jeez. Now that they're going to have the new, well, it's already out already, the new Hard Rock casino in Rockford, where the old Clock Tower Inn was before they destroyed it. I actually saw them demolish that thing. I happened to be back up at the time they did that. But I heard that a bunch of Rick's guitars are in that hard rock. See, that's cool. Yeah, she seems like a nice lady. Emma seems like a nice lady. There's so many people I'm subbed with, and it's really hard to keep things going per se. You know what I'm saying about that. Ow. My legs are, my leg and my ankle. It's because of my arthritis. You know what I'm saying? And of course I left my arthritis medicine at work. So I'll just have to take regular Tylenol. Maybe I'll even take a pain pill. I don't know. I need to get some sleep tonight too, Not now. It's 7:00, but before I forget, let's get into the title of the whole entire thing here. Corky and Trance with the Sounds of the South. So I ended up having one album left that I didn't get a chance to show you guys from the free trades. They lets me, after I sold some stuff to him, he lets me have some free reign of things. I'm waiting a second here. There we go.
Oh, hi.
Ta-da! Hello there.
How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you. You just got done with dinner, didn't you?
Oh, actually, no, I was eating some chips, that's all.
Oh, okay. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. So, from 1974, technically his first solo album. I don't know if people have heard of Corky Siegel. Now, Corky Siegel was, of course, one of the main members of the Siegel Schwall Band, which I do happen to have an album I'm going to show you in a minute. But here's the front. Here's the back. This was on a local label in Libertyville, Illinois.
What kind of music are they?
How do I explain this?
I guess I don't know that band.
Folk and blues mixed together.
Gotcha. Okay.
In fact, Corky still does stuff, but he calls it chamber blues music. It's very unique. You just watch it on YouTube sometime. But look at this happy guy. Huh? So that's Corky. That's Corky Siegel.
Hey, Richard James.
Not to be confused with Ricky Siegel, who is in the Partridge Family, is that stupid little Ricky kid. Yes. Where is Toby? Well, Toby was out here earlier, but Toby's Toby, and you never know with Toby. Hi, Dave.
You can't spell my name right.
That's okay. And then I don't have a lot of mid-70s albums from the Scorps. But of course, I've got the U.S. covers were so strange. They really are. Now, this one's tame compared to, oh boy.
That Virgin Killer one?
Oh, I cannot believe RCA. I mean, how much of it's RCA's fault? How much of it's the Scorpions' fault for that cover? Do you know, truthfully, that if you even attempt, not that I would, but I'm just telling you people out there, that if you attempt to Google the image, you get nailed very like that. And the reason why I knew about that is because I belong to a few vinyl collector groups on Facebook, and somebody brought that up about a couple months back, along with, if you try to attempt to take a look for the Led Zeppelin Houses of the Holy album cover, same difference. Here's the front. Look at these guys. You're talking about the Yuli John Roth years. Oh, the Scorpions. But I've got this one. I've got Fly to the Rainbow.
Cool.
I don't know if I think that might be the only 70s Scorps I've got. I've got, of course, a couple 80s. And then Sounds of the South. You had it on 8-track. Yeah. And it went click in the middle of your favorite song. And
Blind Faith cover.
That's another one. Somebody brought that up recently about it was something about 20 band covers and band BANNET. Have you got the Tokyo? No, I really I've been wanting that. I've heard some of it, but no, I unfortunately don't have Tokyo tapes. I'll even settle for like CD or something just to be able to listen to it. So this next one here, The Sounds of the South, I actually went and did a corkscrew here for a minute because it's really a record label. And Leonard Skinner's Second Helping, for example, good. Those first few Skinner albums, really great, right? But how you could tell that you have a true first press is if it's on the Sounds of the South label from MCA. Sounds of the South label was Al Cooper's label. Of course, Al Cooper is the one that produced the first two Skinner albums.
One of one of my price guide books says the Sounds of the South, are they supposed to be worth a little more money, maybe?
Oh, I've got both. I've got Pronounced Leonard Skinner and Sounds of the South, and then I don't know where that's at, or I would have shown that one. But Second Helping, those are the only two that have that. And then
I never come across Skinner albums very often in my secondhand travel.
Now this is a Siegel Schwall band, for example. Okay, Sleepy Hollow LP. All right, here's the front, and here's the back. Jim Schwall was the other guy. Now, I know this one here is not in the best of shape, but it's on wooden nickel. Yes, and of course, we know Styx. Yes. Styx is on wooden nickel, and Siegel Schwall was on wooden nickel too, which of course was an RCA subsidiary. And I don't know, it's kind of funny that I just pulled these things out, and it all ends up being kind of connected. But of course, we're talking about this goodie here. And the Styx wooden nickel LPs. I like that. This is like the only one I've never seen that has got. This is relatively pretty together. I have seen a lot of broken, in the letter font here. Like this here is coming loose a little, but there it is. And then of course, like I said, this is a Unipack. I hate Unipacks, ladies and gentlemen. Unipacks piss me off. But once again, wooden nickel, you see, because you can get those first couple albums on wooden nickel. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important. Don't sit on the plexiglass toilet. That is the thing you don't want to do. And then let's see. That was pretty much it for the explanations. I see you got something there. I got Horse Six albums. Yeah, that is the Equinox is the last album from your OG lineup. John
Kurlewiski,
John Kurlewiski, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's I don't understand why he left. I mean, other than yes, he wanted to be with his family. Okay, but why you go off and you decide, knowing that you're going to have to go on a big ass tour in the late 75, early 76, and like we're talking a couple days before the tour, he quits. Yes, that Grand Illusion released 7/7/77. How about that for good luck? They wanted all the luck they could get. And you know what? It's a hell of an album.
Well, this has original. I found this using
the poster. Yes. Very nice poster. I've got a copy as well of that. I was very happy when I found that because I didn't even know that it came with a poster.
People kept the poster with the album where I got it from. Yeah.
That was very rare in my collecting, is finding the things to get. Now, Pieces of Eight, another good one. I wish, though, I could find the Canadian gold vinyl. I always look anytime I ever come across a copy of that just to see if it's going to be gold vinyl. And it'll be on the A&M label, of course.
This was also put on a picture disc in 78. Did you read that?
No, I didn't know that was put on a picture disc.
Yep, it was in the U.S.,
I guess another one to add to my potential picture disc collecting.
Oh, UFO. I've never seen that.
There you go. Cornerstone. Now,
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt. Did you see that? Do you follow Zep Pearl's channel?
Randy's, yes.
No. Yeah, Zep Pearl. First name.
I don't know why I called him Randy. Probably because the last time I saw Zep Pearl was on Randy's. Styx was, in my opinion, the best band.
He showed the silver vinyl version of this album.
I did not know there was a silver vinyl version.
Yep.
Maybe that's Canadian too.
No, it was pressed for U.S. fan clubs. I read.
Oh, see, I didn't know that either. Now I'm going to have to double check on all that. What about the album with the little girl and the gun by UFO? Wouldn't that be Little Misdemeanor?
Oh.
I don't know if that was the name of it or not. I know what you're talking about, though. I've seen that cover. In Sweet Home Alabama, you can hear Al Cooper whisper Southern Man after Neil Young is name checked because Sweet Home Alabama was a rebuttal to Neil. So, see, that's cool. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Woodstock 2 was a controversial cover. Also, yes, because of the kid on the stage. Yeah.
I don't have the album, yeah.
Warsaw Pact guys did an album in 24 hours and had it in the shops 24 hours. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yes, Grand Illusion, Crystal Ball, Pieces of 8. I'm telling you. And okay. Oh, look at you with the Metallica.
These are my Metallica collections that just took out my here.
Master.
This is the black and repress. The Walmart sold. It's a good album.
Now let's see. I've got Kill 'Em All. Oh, there's a nice one.
Yeah.
Kill 'Em All.
I don't have the.
I don't know if I've got Ride the Lightning. I really don't. I'd have to look.
Those two yet. I don't have those two yet either.
But the Kill 'Em All is an original. It's a first press, which I came across from that metalhead, the deceased metalhead. See, I don't have a black album. I never came across one of those.
So some diehard fans don't like anything Metallica after 1991. Oh well.
See, it's funny because that metalhead kid, he had Kill 'Em All, he had Master Puppets, he had 598 Garage Day EP, which I grabbed that, an original press,
cool.
And Justice for All. I grabbed all those, 50 cents a piece. Can you believe it? That was 20-something years ago. I still have them.
I don't have the reissue of the Load album. I have the Reload, though.
Yeah, see, Dave and John goes Master of Puppets and Orange. Nice, Dave. That album starts so soft and nice and then goes batshit crazy, funny as hell.
This has a Garage Days on it.
Yeah, there you go. I just killed your baby today.
I like Metallica's remake of
Brett Fan?
Bob Seger's
See, I don't know. I mean, I don't like Bob Seger's version really, and I don't really care for theirs very much either. Just like what was it? They played that radio station I listened to played Whiskey in the Jar.
Yeah, I like the version Whiskey in the Jar too.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Death Magnetic.
Yep.
I've got that on CD. I got to admit, I don't have 72 Seasons. Oh, look. An album I need for Jukebox from Hell.
I like this album. I don't care what other people say.
Well, that's fine, but it's still going to be in Jukebox from Hell. I got to do an episode on Saint Anger. Also, Lulu. I need to find a copy of Lulu
I never heard the Lulu album, to be honest
on CD, obviously, because the vinyl is just too ridiculously priced. I got that too.
Cool. I bought this when it first came out, 727.
Yeah, that's the only one I have. I haven't listened to any of that, unfortunately.
It's not as bad as people say. It has songs are long, but
Reload have Vinyl Load on CD.
Cool.
Garage Inc. on CD. Thin Lizzy owns that song, Marty says. Lou Reed, and Metallica, you betcha. And I mean, listen, I'll give him points for trying, but see, I have the compact. I need to find that Lulu album because that will be a Jukebox from Hell. future episode whenever I can get my filthy mitts on it. Some other stuff that I put off to the side, which I know I've probably shown before or not, but I love me the Ruddles, the Prefab 4, but I like the sticker. This was gifted to me, and this was gifted by my Illinois bestie Kathy Emmer, and she got me this, and I love the Ruddles album. I think that's great. I mean, the movie was great too. I mean, and then going from that to, once again, we're still waiting. Gold stamp promo.
I've heard of that album.
1980, 81. Concerts for the People of Campuchia, which I know you can't really see this very well, but The Clash, Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Ian Dury and the Blockheads, Paul McCartney and Wings, Pretenders, Queen, Rockestra, which was a big super group with all 3/4 of Led Zeppelin and Pete Townsend and a bunch of others, Rockpile, The Specials, and The Who. Still not. This in cassette is the only way you can get it. They never made it on CD. None of that stuff, at least not in America. And there's so much red tape. And when I got to meet Lawrence Juber, very nice gentleman, of course, guitarist for Wings, along with Denny Lane. He went off, and supposedly this was like 2006 we're talking when I met him. And he said that they actually were talking to the label at that time to try to get this. Well, obviously, here we are 20 years later almost, and we still don't have a legit anything.
Hey, Nicky boy. Hey,
oh,
Nicky.
boy. But you know, like side one is all The Who. You got Baba O'Reilly, Sister Disco, Behind Blue Eyes, and See Me, Feel Me. Side two, you had the first 3 tracks, The Pretenders. You got The Wait, Precious and Tattooed Love Boys. Elvis Costello and the Attractions doing The Imposter. Rockpile, Crawling from the Wreckage, and Rockpile with Robert Plant, Little Sister, which we've played that before previously on this show. Side 3, you start out with Queen's Now I'm Here, which is a very unusual choice, to tell you the truth, for that, but that works. The Clash's Armageddon Time. Ian Dury and the Blockheads with their hit Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick, and close out side 3 with Monkey Man from the Specials. Then, of course, your side 4 is all Paul or Rockestra. So you get Got to Get You Into My Life, Every Night, and Coming Up with Wings. Lucille, Let It Be, and the Rockestra theme from Rockestra, which it says Rockestra performers John Bonham, Billy Bremmer, Gary Brooker, Howard Casey, Tony Dorsey, Dave Edmonds, Steve Holly, James Honeyman Scott, Steve Howard, Kenny Jones, John Paul Jones, Lawrence Juber, Denny Lane, Ronnie Lane, Linda McCartney, Paul McCartney, Robert Plant, Thaddeus Richard, Bruce Thomas, and Pete Townsend are all on this little puppy here, and on Atlantic Records. And speaking of Atlantic Records, I thought I would go off and show this. I know I've showed this before, but from Holland. That's the band Holland, and named after Tommy Holland, who was the singer in the Bees, which I've shown the Bees before, which was an offshoot from the Boys. That's Z's. And so the Boys begat the Bees, which begat Holland. Okay. And of course, you've got Michael Bascio, aka Michelangelo. He's the one with the four neck guitar from the band Nitro. If you remember that, you 80s hair metal, heavy metal fans. Yes. And Holland did do a brief reunion. These guys, of course, were from Chicagoland area.
Oh, really?
I got to this is the only album, unfortunately. And I got to see a small concert, a mini concert from these guys too. And but yeah, really, really neat stuff, I'll tell you on that. And then I don't know why, but I just thought I'd mention this. If you're a Turtles fan, and even if you're not a Turtles fan, get this album. You will not be sorry. This is from 1969's Turtles Soup. This was the album that was produced by Ray Davies of the Kinks on White Whale. Here's the front. Here's the back. And, you know, I always dug the label for White Whale. But, of course, it also has Blimp, which is the production company. And then, like I said, Ray Davies all over this. Probably, you know, House on the Hill is one of my favorites on here, probably. And then what the hell's the other one that I like? You Don't Have to Walk in the Rain, which that got put out as a 45. But Turtle Soup, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still looking for a original copy of Wooden Head and the Rhino comp Shell Shocked. So
Turtles album.
Yeah, Turtles are good stuff. I
have the 67 album with a Happy Together.
Oh, nice. I am so far behind in the comments. I feel so bad. Everybody showed up when I wasn't here, or when I wasn't here. Dave owns every album from everyone.
No, not everyone.
Just music I like. How about Meet the Residents? Yes. I have no Residents albums or 45s or anything.
Yeah.
Does Mason know a Beach Boy was a Ruddle? That would be Ricky Fattar, right?
Well, I didn't know that either.
Ricky Fattar. Yes. Mr. The Quiet One. I have it on vinyl signed by Bob Geldof. That's cool. Nick, hey, Paul, David Boy, Fox Guy. Are you at work or you want to come up?
What's the diet, Nick?
Hey, Richard. Nick. Metal Machine Music, Frisbee for Fido. That's another one that's actually on my list for Lou Reed.
I like to find that Metal Machine Music just for the hell of it.
Come be Nick, Nickelodeon.
Oh, Nick.
Great find there, Paul, bro. Love Can't Be Chia. I'm telling you, it needs to come out. It needs to come out on Blu-ray, or at least DVD and CD. Monkey Man is one of the best songs. I like the specials. I do, actually. And you can thank MTV for me knowing the specials. Madness, Early Madness, One Step Beyond. Fun Boy 3, which of course was a specials offshoot.
Yeah.
The Selector, Celebrate the Bullet. I mean,
the ska band.
I liked some of that ska stuff. I did. I never heard it before. To me, it was exciting, just like punk, and new wave. A lot of good stuff. Mellow in the house. I can cap too. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Hello. I'm Spasticus, Artisticus. Ian Dury. Nick Fan, my man. I got a Monkey Man pedal, Richard James. Very good indeed. Flo and Eddie Rock. Yes, they do. Moving Targets is one of my favorite LPs from them, although I do have Fluorescent Eddie, and I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I got that album. House on the Hill. I'm wondering. I know I'm going to have to. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to play it. I'll have to clean it up. No, as much as I'd like to play the Mike Douglas show appearance, because they actually do one.
Never seen that.
But this one here I thought was just great. It should have been a big hit for these guys. And unfortunately they're not. Let's see. Let me get this set up. Probably be the last song I'll play. That doesn't mean I'm leaving. I'm just saying it'll be the last song I'll play because I'm not in the mood to clean up a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If you've never heard this, check out this 1969 Turtles with Ray Davies producing. He's all over this.
I have no clue.
How about them apples?
This is my own.
Or turtles in this case.
I have this one at least.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah. I suggest.
I never figured out what's the back cover supposed to be. Smoke? Did you ever figure out that? Looks like
I'd
smoke.
have to get my probably.
Looks like smoke.
But
Yeah.
I would suggest seriously getting all the albums, getting
I
all
know.
the Turtles albums.
I know.
You won't be sorry.
That's why. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you won't be sorry if you get all the Turtles albums. Now, I don't know why this just came into my mind, but I will let you know that there's a new album coming out, not from the Turtles. I wish that was the case. From the Yester Brothers. Now, if you guys know who the hell that is, that's great. But if you don't, let me explain. We're talking Jerry Yester, okay, from the Love and Spoonful, Modern Folk Quartet. He was at Rosebud. He was in all those bands. Screw it, I may even play something from Rosebud too. I'll probably get dinged for that. And Jim Yester from the Association. And they decided that basically what it is, it's a covers album, but they're doing it in their own interpretations. Oh God, I remember seeing that. Flo and Eddie had their own show for a little while, and they were interviewing Paul and Gene when Kiss put out The Elder. And yes, that clip, I should, not today, remind me another time we'll play that interview, because I thought that was funny. I can't believe how many record weirdos you know, says Nick's girlfriend. Well, you know what? Nick's girlfriend, he knows a lot of record weirdos, especially these two here and everybody out there. A great Turtles comp I have is Happy Together Again. Has greatest hits and other great morsels. You betcha. Also, Watch My Dinner with Jimmy. It's Kalen telling of when the Turtles met Hendrix and the Beatles. That's pretty cool. Hey, Mello. It's a film. My Dinner with Blassie. Oh, my God. I finally saw that film last year. That's on YouTube. And it's Andy Kaufman having breakfast at a Sambo's restaurant in California, for you people out there that remember Sambo's, with Freddie Blassie. Classy Freddie Blassie. You know, they would always break pencil neck geeks.
There were no Samos in Nebraska or Wyoming's. I know that.
Yeah, I think it was West Coast for Sambo. Yeah. I'm thinking. Yes, they did. They did the backing vocals for Bang a Gong.
Oh, really?
Yes, they did.
I know the song.
Let's see here. I guess I lied. I will play one more tune. But this has to do with, let's see if I can get this here. If I can find it.
Excuse me.
Really? It's going to make me do this, huh? Okay, fine. Be that way. You know, I try so hard for you people, but YouTube does not want
to cooperate.
You're telling me. Oh, boy. Yeah, of course, there's a gazillion. See, Rosebud had Jerry Yester, his wife, Judy, I don't know how we pronounce that. She was a folk singer, Judy Henske.
I read that name someplace.
And Chris Durge were all in that.
I never heard of the band Rosebud before, to be honest with you.
They only did one album. Let me see if I can get to the playlist, and then there it is. Let me see if I can play it.
Judy Henske in my gold line price guide book, I think. Maybe that's.
Oh boy, maybe I'm wrong. That's okay. I can't find it. I found Rosebud, but not that song. So maybe it's something else. Never mind. Never mind, people. I spared you for now. Blassie even recorded the single Pencil Neck. Oh, now see, we could play that. Oh, I've played that on the show quite some time ago. Dr. Demeno did too. I could use a good laugh.
I've heard of Dr. Demeno, yes. One of the radio stations where I lived in McCook might have played one of his shows once. Dr. Demento.
I love Dr. Demento. It was just his birthday this week.
Classic human.
Back when I was a kid, life was going swell.
We'll do
Till
that
something
next
happened.
time.
Blew everything to hell. That night my daddy stumbled in.
Remind me,
all
Marty.
pale and weak. Said a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell it to the circus. What the heck? Dad said, nope, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a gritty, scum-sucking pencil neck geek. You see, if you take a pencil that won't hold lead, looks like a pipe cleaner. That's add a buggy whip body with a brain that leaks. You got yourself a grit-eating pencil neck geek.
I've never heard of this song yet.
Grit-eating freak, scum-sucking B-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Soon the geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. After a nice juicy steak, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek. They'll do the trick. One day we cut one up for fish bait. Learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, the water turned red. Next day, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil neck geek, gritty freak, scum-sucking D-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Most any night, you know where I can be found. Yeah, stomping some geeks head into the ground. So keep the faith, cause in Blassie you can trust. I won't give up till the last geek bites the dust. Pencil neck geek, gritty freak, scum-sucking D-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. They say these geeks come a dime a dozen. I'm looking for the guy who's supplying the dimes. It's gonna be real hard times for all of these grit-eating, scum-sucking, boot-licking, drop-kicking, gut-grinding, nail-biting, glue-sniffing, scab-picking, butt-scratching, egg-hatching, sleazy, smelly, pepper-bellied, dirty, lousy, rotten, stinking freaks. Nothing but a pencil neck geek.
Pencil neck. Pencil neck. Pencil neck.
That's right. You'll have that in your head for the next week, you pencil neck geek. Anyways,
Listen to it again sometime.
so I'll have to hear Mr. Bungle's version. I knew Mr. Bungle was going to get brought up somewhere. I just did, especially when it's him. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Yes, but I know, right? I know, and I want to thank everybody that was here. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, always powered by coffee each and every time. And your goal this week, your homework, is to just simply go off and make sure that you can stomp out all of those pencil neck geeks. And another thing, another valuable lesson is what?
No link for you, Richard.
Yeah. No pencil for you.
Linky
Link. You asked me at the end. Go see his brother Lancelot, Link. And don't forget, Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.